the ins and outs of the breakout, the importance of protection, and how to hook a sugar daddy. Just a glimpse of today's Paintball 2Xtremes.
He works hard for the money. Yeah, I really do. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm James Bates, and you know, when I signed up for this gig, I knew it would be a lot of fun. Hanging out with you guys, getting to play a little bit of paintball, like skirmish a couple weeks ago, scenario style, that was fun. But now, I gotta go to work. Producers tell me I gotta learn the business side of things. So, where else to go besides the biggest and baddest in the business? Oh my goodness, it is the biggest. It's the National Paintball Supply here in New Jersey. Wow. This place is awesome. Rows and rows of paintball supplies, over 100,000 square feet, give or take, I'd say. It's pretty much Titanic. What do you say, Jen?
I'm on top of the world. Well, on top of the Carolinas here at the CFOA Finals. We all know what an investment it takes for serious paintballers to keep playing their game. And many of those teams are actually helped out with sponsorships. We're going to give you expert advice on how to get and keep a sponsor. In addition to showing you how to protect your wallet, we're also going to show you how to safeguard your skin and bones, and then I'm going to take you for a visit to the home of the Intimidator. There's lots to do, so let's get going.
Wow. This isn't going to be real work. It's going to be a lot of fun at National Paintball Supply. Thanks a lot, Jen, for breaking it down for us, but you missed one thing. The Game On segment, our weekly dose of advice on how to get your game on, and today, we start with the break.
Hello, I'm Bob Long. Today I'm going to show you how to do some breakouts. Okay, we're here doing breakouts. First thing you're going to do is look how to shoot that outside guy. A lot of people just stand behind a bunker and shoot that back corner and hope you hit him. The first thing you do before you shoot that back corner is step out in the lane, shoot back at the center. It takes X amount of seconds for those balls to get here. So I can stand in the wide open, shoot at the center, drift back, shoot a burst right where my runner's gonna go. Don't lead him, put it in front of him, and put a burst right in front of it. Shoot low, don't shoot high, because he's running, he's high. You see a real high target, you might hit him high, but physically the last 10 feet, he's this high off the ground, 15 feet. So you wanna shoot low where the ball's hitting the ground and they drift into it. At that distance, they don't stop, they skip. And they can skip right into him. He could hit the ground and he could stick like Velcro. They never know what they're gonna do. They can slide past. Second thing is go, as soon as he hits there, go on the other side for a slide by. If he slides by the bunker, you hit him on a slide by.
Now that we've got our game on, let's put it to use and get some competition going. Because here at the CFOA Finals, there's a lot on the line. So now let's go to James and JJ for some 5-man amateur action.
Little amateur action for you, South Carolina style. Infinity, number 4 on the right, and number 3 seed Team Ultimate on the left. Game on.
In the amateur ranks, they're allowed 1 pro per team. I don't believe either of these teams have their pro slot filled. They're both playing with 5 amateur players.
Make that 4 now as Team Ultimate loses a guy right off the bat.
Team Ultimate's lost 1, but Infinity's lost 3. They have 3 in their dead box. So it's 2 for Infinity versus 4 for Team Ultimate right now.
So a look at Infinity as they sit back, outnumbered right now. What do you do?
When you're outnumbered like this, James, you have to cross up the field, meaning the 2 players will shoot in opposite directions and try to protect each other, ignoring their own flank, you might say, and basically protect each other's flanks this way. If they cross the field up effectively, they can often knock out some of the other team as they're advancing and then perhaps counterpunch and still win the game.
Well, the cross-up doesn't work here, and a few bonus balls to make sure. But Team Ultimate, the number 3 seed here in the finals, a big win in Game 1 of the CFOA final event of the season. But the amateur action doesn't stop there, as now we head on over to Game 2. And we've got a little 1-2 matchup in Game 2. Number 1 seed coming in, the Demented Kids on the right, and on the left, Running Wild. The number 2 seed here at the CFOA final event in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And up the snake comes the Demented Kids.
Yeah, the Demented Kids put a guy in the snake right off the break. He's now at the 50s in a great position to really do some damage. And and that he's doing. Not only is he taking people out, but look at all the guns looking at him.
All eyes at the bottom of the screen there in the snake. You see the demented kid on the 50, and at the head of the snake, on the left, running wild, trying to counter this push that the guys in black keep bringing it strong. Wow!
Yeah, the running wild player actually shot the demented kid on his way in, so he's trying to argue that call. In doing so, it looks like he got shot. Now he's advancing now. The demented kid, he's gone. He's gone for sure now. The demented kid's going to argue that call. Says he's still in. Ref makes a call. Running wild player's gone. Demented kid's still in. Demented kid's still pushing. If you notice, there's 4 demented kids left on the field, and they're beginning to move forward now for the cleanup.
You hear the referees cleaning things up down there at the bottom of the screen, but everybody else on the field, including one of the pro players here, and showing you why he plays for the Philly All-Americans, Eric Dearman. Remember, amateur teams can have 1 pro player, and the pro player for the demented kids will hang this flag here in Game 2, but it doesn't stop here. More amateur action later on the show.
These are shipments that are going out. I'm hooking everybody up with some PB2X stickers. Hey, and we got more goodies for you guys on the show. We'll go behind the scenes and see the making of a magic marker, and we'll give you a tip on how to bring balance and comfort to your game. It's all when we come back. Stay right there.
Paintball 2Xtremes is brought to you by National Paintball Supply, the world's largest paintball supplier. By Bob Long, the man behind the world-renowned Intimidator. And by 32 Degrees, cool as ice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Paintball 2Xtremes. I'm James Bates, and I'm driving the forklift, but only after I gave him a safety run to show him I knew what I was doing. Kind of. But you really got to know what you're doing, and you really got to be safe when you're out there on the field every day playing paintball. Just ask J.J. Brookshire. He's the leader in the safety zone. There are certain instances in life when it's okay to see a little bit of skin, but the paintball field definitely isn't one of them, right, J.J.?
That's right. You want to protect. In this case, it's a neck protector that you're wearing. This protects the Adam's apple from impacts, the side of the neck from impacts. This protects you from impacts of the balls themselves. You also have things like chest protectors. Wear this in the front. This protects the back and the chest. Again, ball impacts is what you're trying to prevent here. This is an interesting device. It's a chest protector built into a shirt. It's actually an undershirt that has the protection built right in the front. Now, on the other side of the protection, you have knee pads, elbow, forearm pads, and gloves. These protect, in the case of the knee pads and the elbow, forearm pads, not so much from ball impacts as it is sliding, diving, slamming into the ground. Knee pads especially. These are made of neoprene. They have nice thick padding on them. They're going to prevent injury to your knees, in this case your elbows and your forearms, as you hit the ground, stumps, rocks, that sort of thing, playing paintball. Gloves do double duty. They protect the hands from impacts from balls, as you can see. On the back side of the glove, you have protection from the knuckles here, because this is where you're going to get hit with a ball. Prevents injuries to the hand. At the same time, saves the palms as you slide in or dive or crawl.
Well, these bad boys right here have been known to dish out a few bumps and bruises. The world-renowned Bob Long Intimidator, the Timmies. National Paintball Supply sends out a lot of orders every day for these things. I got an order sheet right here for them. And you know, recently, Jen had a chance to go check out where and how these things are made.
Bob Long is a hunter with plenty of proof of his marksmanship, but when he first tried paintball, it was a disaster.
I couldn't hit nothing at 20 yards, so I said, there's got to be a better way.
The result is the Intimidator series, the Mercedes-Benz of markers, which are assembled at Bob's facility in California. The Timmies are not cranked out in large numbers. Bob says they produce only a couple hundred per week. But each marker is handcrafted with great care from dozens of small parts. These numerous sub-assemblies, the solenoids, the regulators and expansion chambers, all come together and are assembled into the extruded aluminum body. The smallest details of a Bob Long marker reflect the research done by the boss himself.
The trick about our guns over everybody else's guns is I'm in the pits with them. I know what makes a gun shoot. I'm in here, I know what a player needs. I know how they have to make the gun shoot. I know that's why we have the fastest gun and the most accurate gun. It's because I keep on improving. Every time I find something that improves a gun, I put it into the gun.
After they are built, all of the Bob Long brands go through some rigorous testing to ensure that they perform up to Bob's highest standards.
The robot, the computers that are connected. I want improvement. It's just designing airflow to hit the ball, you know, so, and that's what we do in the factory. You know, we have pride in it. We really do.
Well, it's kind of hard to intimidate these two teams. Back here, amateur action. The finals of the CFOA final event here of the year in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Team Ultimate on the left, the Demented Kids on the right. Each of them won their first matchup here today. Now they go head-to-head.
That's right, James. The winner of this game will be ahead of the pack. They'll have their own destiny in their hands, and they'll be able to control whether they win or lose the event.
Bird's eye view of Team Ultimate. On the left going up against the Demented Kids. Black. Handful of Demented Kids running around regular season. Only one Demented team showed up here to Rock Hill, South Carolina, and they're making it count today as Team Ultimate makes a little move.
That's right, James. Earlier in the season, there were two Demented teams besides Team Black. It was silver and red. This is Team Black here. Eric Dearman's walking off the field.
Eric Dearman, remember from earlier action, paved the way for the first victory for the Demented Kids. He leaves early. He's the pro. And in amateur action, you can have one pro on your team, and it helps out quite a bit here in amateur ball. But now that pro can help the Demented Kids, and oh, they need some help too, because Team Ultimate is charging hard. One guy bunkered down, the back player, and things aren't looking good for him. Boom, face full, boom, knee full. He's gone. And one more win for Team Ultimate. Running strong. Here comes that flag. But that's not all. We got more amateur action later on in the show. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Paintball 2Xtremes. You know, there are over 12,000 different pieces here at the National Paintball Supply World Headquarters, but not all of them are as simple as goggle systems, markers, or jerseys. No, a lot of them are a lot smaller. And this is where the modular system comes in. It's a system that, well, helps organize and save space. It also saves a lot of time when you're looking for things like little circuit boards. Speaking of time, it's time to get down and get fast for the 1-minute review.
This is a sneak peek of the 2005 Freestyle from Indian Creek Design. As you can see, the Freestyle is extremely small and lightweight. For 2005, we've added 3D milling and a high-efficiency modification internally that will give you more shots per tank. The Freestyle also comes stock with a paintball detection system. That's an infrared sensor located in the breech that prevents ball chop. The Freestyle also comes standard with a 4-point adjustable trigger. You can adjust your pivot point, your spring tension, your actuation point, and your stop point. This maximizes your flexibility to play the way you want. The Freestyle also comes standard with a clamping feed tube, which will hold your loader in place and keep it from falling off or jiggling around. The 2005 Freestyle is a unique blow-forward design that combines all the great features of the 2004 model with some exceptional upgrades for 2005. Overall, this is an amazing package at an amazing price.
Time to run with the amateurs one more time here at the CFOA Finals. There's Running Wild on the right in blue, and on the left, it's Infinity. We've seen each of these teams, and we've seen each of them lose already. Who will get the first win here today in South Carolina? Down goes one player for Infinity.
Yeah, Infinity stacked up a 2 in the back center, working both sides of that bunker. Left near the back, he's gone as well. That's 3 in the dead box now for Infinity. 4 in the dead box. It's not looking good. It is 5-on-1.
And that one is the last woman standing, if you will, for Infinity. And 5 guys strong on the other side for Running Wild. And they're Running Wild, charging hard, right down on her. And she's gone.
She's gone. That's 60-0. That's the final score on this one. Will be 60-0 Running Wild.
A perfect score for Running Wild.
And from the perfect game to the ultimate forklift. Now, this isn't just any forklift. It's a Raymond. And when you've got a warehouse with as much product as they do here at National Paintball Supplies World Headquarters, you got to have something like this. I mean, this guy is so high-tech. It runs on a guideline, an embedded groove in the floor. It's kind of like my man Chris Spina. He's high-tech, isn't he? Of course he is. Time now for Tech Speak. I'm not playing, I promise. I'm working. Well, Chris, most tournament players don't like to have the remotes. They like to have their tank of nitrogen or CO2 right on their marker for some stability, and they can get in there compact. But I don't feel very compact with this. I know you got some other options rather than having the tank hang way back off of the marker, don't you?
Yeah, that's right, James. They actually make things called drop forwards. We have a couple examples of them for you right here. This is a 32-degree drop forward with an on-off, about a medium-sized drop forward. This is the Psychoballistics bullet drop forward, extremely large drop forward. And we actually have one mounted on here for a comparison. This is the Psychoballistics Z drop forward, and if we put this bottom line together with it, you can see substantially how much more it makes the compact design for you. Also, that brings your elbows down, brings the gun in closer. Everything's nice and compact, nice and tight, nice and accurate for you.
You look good with that.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm getting ready to go on break, and they said I could come over here and you had free popcorn for me or something.
There's your popcorn.
Really funny. Always picking on the new guy, huh? I see how it is. Ugh, yuck. I like butter. Butter on my popcorn. But who needs food for your break when you can check out the latest edition of Paintball 2Xtremes magazine, the perfect mix of event coverage, team and player profiles, all you can handle.
Paintball 2Xtremes is brought to you by Diablo, play with fire. By Empire, it's a lifestyle. And by National Paintball Supply, the world's largest paintball supplier.
Welcome back to Paintball 2Xtremes. I'm James Bates, and, well, you can literally get wrapped up in your work here at National Paintball Supply, and actually a lot of the guys and girls that do work here play paintball too. Whoa, oh no. Jen, help me. What's going on in your world right now? This is a fun day. Uh-oh.
As in most sports, paintball has teams with dreams who hope to someday join the fortunate few.
The budget that our team is almost at $500,000.
So it might sound easy to find someone to bankroll your playtime when you're a team at the top like Infamous, but you gotta start somewhere. We're gonna show you how to capture the cash at the entry level and how to grow that relationship into one the big boys have with their sponsors.
A lot of times you just meet the guys out at events like this and all, and you go up and talk to them and all, and and you gotta show them what you got, and then they might be willing to sponsor you.
After getting some small deals, a quality team should then explore ways to grow.
The local field owner introduced us to Tom Hanratty at National Paintball Supply, who introduced us to Johnny Posterivo, and we just sat down and talked with him and set up what we were going to do for him, just like a business contract, and they've really taken care of us.
So basically, performance helps, but getting sponsorship comes down to creating a sensible plan to sell yourself as a win-win proposition.
Well, the last time we saw these guys, they were running things. It's Running Wild on the right, Team Ultimate on the left. Team Ultimate coming in with 117 points. Running Wild, on the other hand, 68. There goes a Team Ultimate player down, and a Team Ultimate team, JJ, that doesn't have to win here to take home the championship for today.
No, they only needed the first pull, which they can't get now because Running Wild just grabbed it. Running Wild is being extremely aggressive here. They know they need a nearly perfect game to pull this out. They're putting it on them hard. They're really trying to pull this game out through steady pressure on Ultimate.
Well, it was a steady pressure, and it was that perfect game the last time we saw him against Infinity that got him here to this final game and charging for a championship, and now they need to come up back-to-back with huge games, and they're doing just that. How about a few bonus balls for you, Team Ultimate? And they did it.
That's it, another perfect game. That's 60 points again for Running Wild.
Wow, how about this? Team Ultimate coming in with 117. They stay right there. Running Wild, 68. Add 60 more to that. 128 gives them the championship, and now they're with Jan.
What was the biggest challenge?
Strongest fielded team in the league whole year. It was a tough tournament. Tough tournament. A lot of good teams in it.
That's right, Sugar Mama. Running Wild got another perfect game. Can you believe that? Sorry about that. That's my trucker voice. Hey, can you believe they're going to let me drive the truck, too? After a hard day of work here in the warehouse, they got to load them up and ship them out to your local shops and, well, to your homes, right? Hey, Sugar Mama, if you think that's cool, you are not going to believe what's on Paintball 2Xtremes next week. We'll have tons of great action coming to you from Orlando in the World Cup, and we'll also give you a tip on how to avoid those nasty, nagging ankle injuries. So there you go. We'll see you guys next week. I find fun delivering paintballs to my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.